To everybody that don't know, me and Charlene, we did meet online, so it is possible that you can meet your future on Facebook. Actually, sometimes love could be right around the corner from you. Me and Charlene actually stayed in the same complex. I'm talking about a building away, and we couldn't even see this coming. Like, I went to school with her. We don't know each other, but I saw her before. I saw her around in the complex and things like that. So fast forward, to 2013, I had a lot going on in my life. I decided to move to GA, to get a better start. Sometimes God move you and he sit you down so you could be alone. I actually did nothing in Georgia. Just work, sit in my room, be on my phone and work out. And that gave me time to think and get what I want and, really focus on what I want in life. At a time I went to a church and I heard the pastor say, if you want a wife, you need to write down on a sheet of paper how you want your wife. I remember directly saying, I wanted me a BBW. If you don't know what a BBW stands for, it's a beautiful black woman. And I always said she got to have 2 kids, a nice working hard woman. So with all that being said, I'm going to fast forward to, back to Georgia. She actually went down my Instagram somehow, somewhere, and she liked like 10 photos. She'll get mad because I told you this, but she liked like 10 photos. And I looked up on Facebook. I said, man, let me see who this is. So once I looked up on Facebook, the first thing I saw was that smile, and it kind of made me smile. And I was like, dang, I'm going to inbox her. I'm going to see what's up. So I inboxed her. She responded right away. We started communicating. I started telling her good morning every morning. How them Thursday dudes be in your inbox. But once we started texting it just, every day, she'll call me. We'll talk. It was like we was already, we knew each other. It was already meant. So my dad had a wedding in August, so I said I was going to come down. My intentions want to, even though we was getting along and talking, my intention wanted to marry this woman. I ain't want to marry her. I was still young. I was going to come down here, seeing what's good, and then I was going to go back to Georgia. But when I came, it was just, once I first saw her and I hugged her, I just knew, man, I ain't going back home. I knew I was going to stay from that time. So from that day forward, once I met the kids, hold on, I got to tell this. When I got to the house after she picked me up, the first thing, 7 o'clock in the morning, I seen a little fat boy run by, and he jumped in the bed. I say, whoa, I did. I said, whoa, this man looked just like me, and it kind of scared me because I saw me and I was like, and then with Josh, me and him connected right away. He liked the Gators, I liked the Gators, so we connected right away. So going into our first date, I was, getting to know her, asking her questions, what's her plan. She started expressing her feelings, all her hurts and her past. And from that day, I fell in love with her, She, as the process between the 4 years, she taught me how to love. She turned me into a better man. I don't be running the streets, I handle my business. She's the one for me, man, and that's why when I decided to put a ring on her finger and, spend the rest of my life with her. That's my rock, that's my backbone. We never spent the night without each other, Every arguments, we don't hold grudges, and through this process has been kind of hard, and I've been kind of lonely because I'm used to having her right beside me or rooting me on in every situation, or we breaking everything down the middle. With that being said, I'm gonna propose to the love of my life at Homestead Hospital, which is her job. It's gonna be at 10 a.m. We're gonna meet in the ER parking lot. And she don't know none of this going on, you know. She think it's a regular day. She's at work. She been to work at 7. She don't know that she gonna get off work after this or nothing. So we're gonna meet up in the parking lot at 10 a.m. and we're gonna go over to 3 South parking lot where we can, you know, her supervisor, everybody know already. They're gonna come down. They're gonna guide us up to the room, and once we get in the room, her supervisor gonna send her to the room. Once she come running to the room, I'm gonna get on one knee and ask her to be my wife. I would also like to thank, you know, the family for standing by my side, you know, from the time that I asked them that, you know, can I marry Charlene? From day one, y'all accepted me in, which is the Coneys, you know, the Battles, and the Jacksons. You know, everybody showed me love, so can't wait to be a part of the family, baby. You know, I'd like to thank my mother-in-law, Miss Sandy, Leroy. You know, they've been the ones that's, you know, with me. I call them every day, every morning, explaining, you know, myself and my plan and everything. And they done switched it with me about 2 times, so I would like to, you know, give them a thanks. I would like to thank Shani too, only because she would kill me if I don't thank her. Like she did something, she didn't do nothing. My mother, you know, without you, you know, this couldn't be possible because you raised me right. I never got the chance to see, you know, a man love you. So I really didn't know what love was. And Charlene showed me all that. And you told me, you know, son, that's the one, you better marry her. So, you know, y'all thought I was playing, but just because I didn't respond, I was just listening and taking everything in. Once my daddy, you know, he always said, he said it a second day. I know that's too early, but I gotta find out who this person is. So I told him, I said, I'm thinking about, you know, proposing to Charlene. And then he gave me a whole lecture. Well, son, I told you, that girl work at the hospital. She got nurses, doctors, everybody watching her. And the main thing you gotta realize is, she put up with you. You not a day at a beach. So, you know, I like to thank him too, you know, just for, you know, giving me the knowledge of a man. You know, he's been married to his wife for 33 years. So, you know, just taking all the knowledge in for everybody, you know, and it's what we finna do. With that being said, I wanted everybody to come along on this experience and share this, you know, this amazing moment together. So come along to the proposal.
会的很久。好了。哦。
Y'all heard it. She said yes. 4 years until a life sentence, baby. The Youngs. To my future wife, Miss Charlene Jackson. You always ask me every night, how much I love you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you and the kids. From day one, you have been there for me. We've been rocking. We 4 years now into a life sentence. Never spent the night without you. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Until the day I saw your face, when I saw everything.
I fell in love with her, This is how much I love her,
And I saw us laughing.
I want to go higher with you. Loving you is never enough, That's why I decided when I decided to put a ring on her finger and spend the rest of my life with her.
Whenever you want it, whenever you need it,
Miss Charlene Jackson,
whatever you feel like it's
be my wife
you
for the rest of our lives.
Whenever you feel like dancing, you don't have to dance alone, no. You know, you should already know. I choose you.
I love you from the bottom of my heart. That's my rock. That's my backbone. My future wife. I love you.
I choose you. I felt you inside myself before I could even feel. I knew you like no one else, but still I couldn't tell. Oh, but none of it made sense to me, girl. None of it was real until the day I saw your face, and it was clear to see. Whenever you want it, no. Whenever you need it, no. Whatever you feel like it's gonna be like, you better believe it. You better believe it. Whenever you feel like dancing, you don't have to dance alone. No. You know, you should already know.
Congratulations,
I choose you. 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 Throughout all time, people have searched their lives, hoping that they might find the chance where they can get things right.